Welcome back to our journey through the Bible. You've made it to the fifth book, Deuteronomy. And let me tell you, this isn't just another chapter in the story. It's Moses' final message to his people, and it's absolutely packed with meaning. Picture this. The Israelites are standing at the edge of the Promised Land. After 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, they're finally about to enter their new home. But before they do, Moses has some important words to share. And these aren't just any words. They're literally life-changing speeches. Deuteronomy actually means second law or repeated law. But don't let that fool you into thinking it's just a boring repeat of rules. Think of it more like when a parent sits down with their child before they leave for college. That heartfelt conversation where they remind them of everything they need to know to succeed in life. Moses knows he won't be entering the promised land with his people. This is his last chance to ensure they remember everything God has done for them and everything they need to do to live blessed lives. He reviews their incredible journey from slavery in Egypt, through the Red Sea, and across the wilderness. He reminds them of the miraculous way God provided manna from heaven and water from rocks. But here's where it gets really interesting. Moses doesn't just rehash the past. He presents the law in a new light, explaining its deeper meaning and practical application. He's essentially saying, look, these aren't just rules for rules' sake. This is about your relationship with God and how to live in a way that brings blessing to your lives. The book contains some of the most important passages in the entire Bible. Remember the Shema? Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. These words have been recited by Jewish people for thousands of years, and Jesus himself quoted them as the greatest commandment. There's also this beautiful thread running through Deuteronomy about choice. Moses lays out two paths, one leading to life and blessing, the other to death and cursing. But here's the key. God doesn't force anyone's hand. He gives people the freedom to choose, while clearly showing them which path leads to life. As we near the end of the book, we witness one of the most poignant moments in Scripture. Moses, at 120 years old, climbs Mount Nebo. From there, God shows him the Promised Land, a land he led his people to but would never enter himself. It's a bittersweet ending that reminds us sometimes our greatest contributions to God's plan might not include seeing the final result ourselves. The book of Deuteronomy isn't just ancient history. It's incredibly relevant today. It teaches us about loyalty, commitment, and the importance of remembering where we've come from and who we are. It shows us that God's laws aren't arbitrary rules, but guidelines for living our best lives. As you continue your journey through the Bible, let Deuteronomy remind you that God's instructions aren't burdens. They're gifts, given by a loving Father who wants the best for his children. They're signposts pointing us toward a life of blessing and purpose. Remember, you're now 5 books into the Bible. That's the entire Torah completed. You've witnessed creation, walked with the patriarchs, experienced the Exodus from Egypt, learned the law, and now you've heard Moses' final words of wisdom. Keep going. There's so much more to discover in this incredible book.